Hi, this is Jen from Pod One, and I am very excited to have the opportunity to talk to you about one of my most favorite subjects, about the Friend Center curriculum and about child development, which is process based learning and practice based learning. One of the first things I'd like to discuss is loose parts. What do we mean by loose parts? Loose parts are defined as any natural or synthetic materials that can be moved, carried, combined, redesigned, lined up, taken apart, and put back together in multiple ways. They are materials with no specific set of directions. They can be used alone or with other materials. Children are encouraged to use loose parts as they choose. There are multiple research papers dedicated to children's play with loose parts, and they are consistent in evidencing that children play for longer periods with materials that they can change and adapt on their own. Open-ended play fosters imagination, resourcefulness, and competence as children test their skills and experiment with possibilities. And children's ability to construct their own play directly correlates to increased self-direction and motivation to learn. We prepare the environment to make loose parts accessible, attractive. We incorporate a lot of containers and tools with which to manipulate, such as tongs, scoops, spatulas. And we support children's natural desire to carry and transfer objects to all areas of the room. At any time in Pod 1, you can see the wooden rings in the block area, on a doll's lap, on a cookie sheet, or being transported in a dump truck.
The quiet room serves as the main area for our infants in Pod 1. Each infant has their individual crib labeled with their name and pictures. Throughout the day, our infants interact with their peers, engage in sensory play and activities that introduce them to language and development, self-awareness and regulation, and most importantly, teachers provide a nurturing and caring environment for our infants to feel safe and loved. Our infants that are old enough for solids sit in their individually marked chairs for snack and lunchtime. Feeding time serves as an introduction to utensils, cause and effect, and use of finger grasps. Our infants have a variety of toys to play with. Toys are rotated according to current milestones in development. The quiet room has its own changing table and a board that details each child's needs throughout the day. Floor play is essential to child development. This important type of play provides time to explore independently alongside a peer or with an adult. Toys are placed on the floor to encourage exploration and manipulation, as well as simple cognitive challenges. Floor time serves to strengthen fine and gross motor skills, as well as muscles in the back, arms, and neck. The mirrors found on the toy shelf allow for expansion of self-awareness. Children start to explore facial expressions and enhance their awareness of their own bodies. At the changing table, the children are changed in a loving and comforting way. The children are told first that they will be changed and are talked throughout the process. We sing songs to help the children feel at ease, and this allows the child to not only feel safe and secure, but to also start understanding the process of why we need to be changed. It works on personal and social skills for self-care, cognitive development of their bowel and urinary control, and language and communication skills. The table is a place for children to gather as a community during meals and activities. Children sit together as they eat or play. Teachers or helpers join children at the table and model healthy behaviors while taking part in what is happening at the table. Adults participate in eating snack with the children and engage in conversation. This is a place for storytelling and sharing experiences. Skills that we use at the table are cognition by manipulating various utensils, problem solving, social emotional skills by using self-help skills, patience, and attention span. We also use physical skills by getting in and out of our chairs, picking up food with different hand and finger grasps, manipulating different utensils. We use our language skills by expressing needs and wants through learning new signs or words, practicing using our manners when asking for something more. We also use creative arts by taking part in creative play, mathematics by counting, science by using senses to explore our food, and social studies by discussing where our food comes from or how it's made. The Cozy Box is a nook for children to explore and relax in. Pillows and blankets are used to make the space comfortable and inviting. The children can lie down, sit with a story, or just enjoy a peaceful moment. The Cozy Box was built with parent co-op help. The children use cognitive skills by problem solving, recognizing safe body movements when entering and exiting the Cozy Box. They use social emotional skills by practicing sharing spaces with others and developing skills to play independently. And it also encourages quiet movements. They use their physical skills by climbing in and out of the box, manipulating toys, and exploring soft textures. They use creative arts by creating imaginary scenarios, like turning the Cozy Box into a train or an airplane. And science skills by exploring light and shadow with flashlights when draping a blanket over the Cozy Box. They recognize that the Cozy Box is made of wood and that it came from the trees, much like the ones we see on the playground and during neighborhood walks. Here's Pod 1's meeting area. This space is primarily used for our morning meeting. This is an area that creates opportunities for our class to come together as a community. The pillows allow for a comfortable spot for each child to sit while singing daily songs and hearing stories. The mood meter is here for us to explore how we are feeling throughout the day. The children use cognitive skills by showing knowledge of books, learning new songs, making predictions and reflections. They practice social emotional skills by practicing patience and taking turns, attention span and self-awareness and self-regulation. They use their physical skills by sitting and body movements during songs and dancing, learning new ASL signs, putting up pictures of friends who are here, awareness of body in relation to those in close proximity. And they also use their language skills by expanding vocabulary, sign language, exploring other language, and daily discussions, listening to songs and word plays, rhymes and books, and expressive and receptive language. They use mathematics skills by counting friends who are here and at home, recognizing patterns in speech, songs, and movements. And they also use creative arts by imitating parts of songs while doing our dance time. And they also use science by discussing the weather outside, observations and discussions of new materials and hypotheses. And finally, they use social studies skills by providing books with culturally diverse photographs and photographs of animals, recognition of self, and relation to others. The shoe shelf is a place for the children and teachers to store their shoes. The children come here to find their own shoes and put them away when transitioning to and from the playground. Each child is assisted during this process and encouraged to practice untying their laces, manipulating Velcro straps, and slipping shoes on and off. Here's the bench that they use. They use cognitive skills because they're figuring out which shoe goes on which foot, how the Velcro straps work, and how the laces work. They also use social emotional skills by practicing patience, using problem solving, and self-help skills. They use their physical skills by keeping their balances, putting the shoes on and off, pulling off the straps, or pulling off the strings. They use language by discussing the process of putting on their shoes, learning new words, expressing needs and wants, and using ASL as well. They use creative arts by singing songs and practicing finger plays while waiting for a turn to put on their shoes. They use mathematics skills by matching their shoes. And they also use science and social studies skills by recognizing their body parts like feet and toes and demonstrating the understanding of sequence of events.